Since May 1975, the BMW 3 Series have been hailed as some of the best cars ever produced. 3 generations later, the E46 emerged, receiving extraordinary worldwide praise. Even in 2013, to many, the E46 is still considered to be an all-time favorite. But consumer demands have changed, favoring a larger, more comfortable driving experience to an ultimate driving machine. The E90 was larger and the design was controversial. Nonetheless, it was the highest-selling luxury car in the US and Canada during its production from 2006 to 2011. But is the E90 better than the E46? Does its size hinder its drivability? And most importantly, is it actually worth the premium over the tried-and-true E46? On today's episode of Vehicle Virgins, we're here to find out just that. In 2006, BMW completely overhauled the 3 Series, leaving us with a more sleek and elegant vehicle. The E90 was now 2 inches longer, rounder, and looked more expensive than the outgoing model. Opt for the Sport package, and the 330 comes with stunning 18-inch rims. The rear end may not look as good as the old car, but it also doesn't look as dated. This car could have rolled off the assembly line today, and apart from BMW enthusiasts and auto journalists, nobody would notice. A new inline 6 was developed, outputting 258 horsepower and 220 foot-pounds of torque, substantially more than the E46. And despite its size, it actually handles better and grips harder too. The revamped interior is miles ahead in terms of style, comfort, and practicality, and it looks damn good. So which should you buy? So, 0 to 60 in a little over 6 seconds. It doesn't feel that fast, but
not slow either.
It's definitely not slow. But this car does have manual mode. If you push the shift mechanism over to the left, you can downshift with the actual shifter, like you have a manual.
This is actually the last of BMW's naturally aspirated inline 6-cylinder engines. The next generation 3 Series uses all turbocharged engines. So from an enthusiast point of view, this car is quite possibly the 3 Series to have if you're an old school BMW fan. Seats also do a wonderful job of holding you in place. These are some of the most supportive seats in a used car that I've ever sat.
I owned this car for about a year and a half, and it's a reliable car, no doubt. But when things do go wrong, the prices are more expensive than your typical Toyota or a Ford. So I'm going to say, I just looked at the paperwork, something along $1,500 to $2,000 per year, which really isn't that bad for a high-performance car whatsoever. So the legroom in this car is phenomenal. I've got a friend who's 6'7", who had no problem sitting in the passenger seat of this car. Headroom is also terrific.
Hairpin, these tires grip really well. This car's awesome in the corners. Feels totally different from a E46 older 3 Series in comparison.
How so would you say different?
I'd say it's more planted, to be honest.
Awesome.
I feel much less body roll. The tires seem to hold on longer.
This car does have the optional sport suspension, as did mine, so I'm not sure what the regular suspension feels like, but it's the perfect mix of daily drivability and if you want to take it on the track or just have some spirited backroad driving. The headliner in this car I never really liked that much. Every single car comes with the same color. You cannot change that or customize it. It's just kind of lame gray color.
It's kind of like a sneaker shoe.
Yeah. Really does sound good. The brakes on this car are also phenomenal.
Yeah.
I do definitely miss the handling of this car. It does. It's pretty awesome.
Amazingly.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely terrific.
The transmission is still very clearly an automatic. And what I mean by that is when I'm driving and I put my foot down, there's a delay. It decides, oh, which gear would you like now? Third, fourth, fifth?
Yeah.
And so it's not a manual. It doesn't have the instant response, but What you get instead of that is you can be driving with one foot all day long in stop and go traffic or whatever. So it's kind of just up to you if you want more convenience or if you want a more dynamic driving experience.
If money were no object, I'd get the E90 over the E46. I think from many angles it looks better, the car rides smoother, and it has superior handling. Not to mention, the interior was improved tremendously, both technologically and aesthetically. Spencer disagrees. He'd choose the E46. He thinks the older car is more attractive. And while the E90 looks better on paper, he just loves the E46. It does reside in some of BMW's best years, the early to mid 2000s. So there you have it, two differing opinions. We urge you to test drive both cars and decide for yourself, as it really is a toss-up. But please, get a manual.